Well, you know, I've been bullish on financials for a while now, and although I've been a huge Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan fan in the past, I've actually been diversifying into more of the fee-driven financials. So the names you don't hear as much about, like the KKR and the Blackstones, simply because when you think about asset flows and what asset managers are doing right now, there is just a tremendous opportunity. I mean, you saw some knockout numbers from KKR not too long ago, and with these dips, I mean, it's a huge opportunity to be jumping into some of these names as they hit some of these 52-week lows.
So you're selling some JP Morgan and moving it into other areas like that, plus a Morgan Stanley, which I see is on your list?
Well, I actually got out of JP Morgan a little while ago. It has not dipped enough for me to jump back in quite yet. I did buy Morgan Stanley. Sorry, I'm not cheating on Jamie. I just am giving, you know, Mr. Gorman a shot here as well. I do think that a lot of the strategic moves that Morgan Stanley's made have been significant. And again, you hit near a 52-week low on a name that is just a staple. I mean, they are crushing it. And as you think about interest rates rising, as you think about volatility coming back into the market, you're going to see core investment banking and capital markets activities continuing to boom, and they're actually going to start making money and trading again.
Tell us these other areas that you're buying right now.
So in addition to the financials, I also picked up a fair amount of Facebook. As you know, I've been a huge fan of Facebook for a while. I know Steve's on the desk, and we can go hand-to-hand combat if you want on this Facebook name, but I don't think there's another.
Don't tempt him, please. Thank goodness. You can give a remote smackdown. I don't think any of us would shut that down.
Well, Steve knows I love him, and John, I know, got in on a short-term trade, but this has been a long-term play for me. And if you think, and we already know that the consumer is such a large component of GDP, you give me another company, okay, that has 2 billion people on one of their platforms every single day. That's a third of the world globally. You take China out, that's 70% of the world that is on one of Facebook's owned applications every single day. And if you think about the amount of information that Facebook is able to gather and ultimately sell to their advertisers, however they figure out how to best monetize it, they have more information than any other company I can think of right now.
I'll give you one, Kourtney. Let me give you one.
Give me one.
Google. Google's got more information than Facebook has. They've got more information from businesses than Facebook has, which has none. They've got more than 2 billion people accessing their site every day, and they don't have the issues of user engagement, which has peaked and declining in the U.S., where they get roughly $28 per user, and transitioning that to other areas, Asia, ex-China, where they're only getting $2.27 per user. So
Steve,
look,
I love Google too. You don't have to pick one or the other.
I agree, and I agree with that. So to me, I've got less risk in a Google than a Facebook, and if Facebook's going up, Google's going along with it, but my downside, I believe, is less from just the inherent growth.
But your upside is probably less as well, right?
No, I don't believe so.
Your upside's less from where it is right now. I mean,
then.
you look at the trough on where Facebook is, and I also believe, and you talked about what Google knows, Google doesn't necessarily know nearly as much as what you're doing when you're on their application. Facebook knows what I'm buying, what I'm doing, who I'm doing it with, how often I'm doing it, what I like, what I dislike. That's the reason why when I'm on Instagram, I literally probably buy something every single day, because they know everything that I'm doing and what I'm thinking about. And guess what? Those advertisers are getting those returns on those investments.
And that's what's being